Anger and disappointment has been building in Lebanon's capital Beirut after officials admitted that the massive explosions that ripped through the Lebanon's capital on 4th of August could have been avoided and occurred after repeated warnings. Now today I'll take you through all the latest developments and all that we know so far about the twin explosions that ripped through the capital city of Lebanon on 4th of August. Now, to begin with, about 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate exploded on 4th of August in Beirut. The incident or the explosion claimed at least 135 lives, left more than 6,000 injured, and caused damage to at least 3 lakh people and their houses. Many people are homeless, ladies and gentlemen, after the incident, and many continue to be missing, feared, buried under the rubble of several buildings. Now, what's interesting here is that officials have revealed that during the inspection of the consignment or the explosive chemical that was stored at the port since 2014, it was warned that if the consignment was not moved out, it would blow up entire Beirut. And that's exactly what happened, ladies and gentlemen. People now claim that they were witnessing a catastrophe and that everywhere they could just see victims or dead bodies. Soon after the devastation wreaked havoc across the city, Prime Minister of Lebanon blamed the explosion on tons of ammonium nitrate, which is an explosive material used in bombs and fertilizers that was stored at the port since many years. Now, as more and more details emerge, fingers are being pointed at the government's negligence that ultimately resulted in the worst ever explosion in Beirut's history. People are angry. They demand some crucial answers, not just from those responsible, but also those who could have prevented the incident but chose not to act. The government on 5th of August said that it was putting an unspecified number of port officials under house arrest as part of the investigation to understand how the explosive material was stored just 100 meters away from the residential neighborhood in Beirut. The national capital also declared a 2-week state of emergency, which basically means giving full power to the military in the capital. Now let's understand that what happened on 4th of August in Beirut was not a result of overnight negligence. All of this started back in 2013. In 2013, a Moldovan flagged ship called the Roses entered the Beirut port after it suffered some technical difficulties and was later even abandoned by its own ship owners. Now, this sparked a lot of legal claims. Now, what constituted the ship's cargo was also large quantities of ammonium nitrate that was stored for safety reasons and remained there for the next 6 years. What's crucial here is to understand that there are a lot of rules surrounding the storage of ammonium nitrate, particularly around fireproofing, because it is highly explosive. And if it comes in contact with flames, it can cause a lot of damage, as we saw in the Beirut explosion. Now, the head of the port and the head of the customs authority said that they wrote multiple times to the judiciary suggesting that the explosive material or the consignment should be exported or sold to ensure the safety of the port. Now, on Tuesday, which was 4th of August, the stockpile caught fire and exploded just 100 meters away from the nearby residential neighborhood. First, the roof of the warehouse caught fire. Then there were initial blasts that more or less sounded like fireworks. And about 30 seconds later, there was a colossal explosion that sent shock waves and blast waves across the city of Beirut. Now, the damage caused in Beirut is definitely irrevocable, especially for a country that is already struggling with the ongoing economic crisis. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time of a pandemic. The deadly virus has not spared any country. And so is the case with Lebanon, which is already struggling and finding it difficult to cope with the rising COVID-19 infections. The country is also going through the worst ever economic crisis since the civil war that ended in 1990 and was witnessing anti-government protests almost every day. People in Lebanon have been struggling with daily power cuts, lack of safe drinking water, and a collapsing health structure. Food security has also been a major concern in Lebanon, and the port that blew apart on 4th of August following the explosion housed about 85% of the nation's grains. While we pray for the loss of lives in Beirut caused by the explosion, a similar concern has also been raised in India. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the same explosive material, about 740 tons of ammonium nitrate, has been stored at a port near Chennai in Tamil Nadu. It has been there since 2015. Now, the Customs Department says that it is stored safely and there is absolutely nothing to worry. However, the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs has asked all of its officials to ensure that the explosive material that has been stored there, which is worth 1.8 crores, should meet all the safety standards and the fire standards and ensure that there is absolutely no cause of worry or no threat to human lives.